What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Christmas Day NBA betting market video. And we'll start off with the Pelicans Heat game, which starts, tip-off is in about 40 minutes from now. By the time you guys see this and it's out, it's going to be really, really close to tip-off. So I'll get straight to it. Pelicans Heat, against the spread, the line opened as Heat as 5-point favorites, but it's been bet down to 3.5-point favorites. So there has been, the books have favored the Pelicans. There's been 50-50 bets on both sides with 3,000 bets been placed. But what is interesting here is that 66% of the money has been put on the Heat, despite that line moving down from 5 to 3.5. So it looks like 3.5 is one of those numbers where people like the Heat, but the books are taking a little bit of risk on the Pelicans at plus 3.5. So something to keep in mind against the spread. For the money line, 62% of bettors are on the Heat, but only 32% of the money. So this might be where that line has been pushed down, as people jumped on that Pelicans money line early at plus 182 because they've got 68% of the money on them there, and they've been pushed down to plus 135 on the money line. And then for the over-under, it opened at 228, but it's been bet down to 223. And that's because 58% of the bets and 93% of the money is on the Pelican Heat under. Next up, Warriors-Bucks, one of the marquee games of today. I guess Nets Celtics is probably going to be the big one. But for Warriors-Bucks, the line opened at 9.5 for the Bucks. It's been bet up to 10.5, with 81% of bettors on the Bucks and 99% of the dollars wagered on the Bucks as of now. For the money line, the Bucks opened minus 457. They've been bet up to minus 600 with 67% of bets and 94% of the money. The over-under. The under has actually moved down 2 points, so it opened at 233. It's been bet down to 231. 64% of bets are on the under, but 77% of the money is on the over, which is kind of interesting. There's a reverse line movement there. They've moved that line down, but they have received more bets. So it'll be interesting to see how that market finishes out at tip-off today at 2:30 Eastern time. On to the Nets Celtics, which looks like it's going to be the most bet game of the day. The Nets opened as 2-point favorites on the road. They are currently 3-point favorites, most likely after their impressive start against the Warriors a few days ago. 75% of the bets have been put on the Nets, 74% of the money on the Nets, so that line has moved correctly. Nothing much to notice there. For the money line, Nets open minus 124 with 94% of the bets and 96% of the money wagered on the Nets. That line has been pushed up from minus 124 to minus 144. And then for the over-under, it's opened at 227, but with 75% of the bets and 97% of the money, it's currently listed at 230 points with minus 113 juice on that over. So people, the public at least is looking at a big a win for the Nets, as well as a lot of points in that game. On to the 8 p.m. Eastern time game, which is Dallas taking on the Lakers. Lakers are 6-point favorites. They opened as 6-point favorites. They've moved up to 6.5-point favorites. 52% of bettors are on the Lakers, and 71% of the money wagered is on the Lakers. And for the money line, Lakers open minus 248. They've been bet up to minus 280. 59% of bets are on the Lakers. However, 69% of the money has been put on a Mavericks upset, anywhere from plus 217 to plus 242. And for the over-under in this game, it opened at 229 points. It's been bet down to 227, and that's most likely because 65% of bettors have been on the under, and 86% of the dollars wagered has been put on the Lakers. And on to the Final Christmas Day game, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. 1,437 bets have been placed on the Clippers Nuggets game. The line opened as 1-point favorites for the Clippers on the road. It's been bet up to 3-point favorites. 75% of bets have been put on the Clippers. 85% of the money wagered has been put on the Clippers so far. And then for money line, Clippers open at -108, but they've been bet up to -159. And that's most likely because 81% of the bets have been put on the Clippers, and 99% of the dollars wagered on these early bets have been put on the Clippers as well. The over-under opened at 223. It's been bet up to 225, and that's most likely because 84% of the bets have been put on the over, and 97% of the money has been wagered on the over of the Clippers Nuggets. That is it. It's short and sweet for Christmas Day. Good luck to you guys on your Christmas Day picks if you decide to use this information. And Merry Christmas all. Thanks for joining myself and the Fat Guy all year. Perfect. Voice cracked right there. That's a good time to end the video. Good luck, guys.